Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who might be new here, my name is Dursun. I'm a certified business coach and I help entrepreneurs find and live their purpose, build impactful businesses, and effectively communicate their story. In today's video, I want to share my views on a commonly asked question by startup teens. What to include in a startup pitch, especially if it is a short pitch, around 3 to 5 minutes. This is very common if you, as a startup founder, participate or decide to participate in a startup pitch competition. Usually, time is very short, and you need to make sure you have addressed all the key elements of a pitch so your audience knows exactly what they need to know to take the action and to invest in your company. So, in my opinion, there are what I call 3+1 essential elements to any pitch. And these include what do you do, why you do it, how you do it, and then the fourth component is what's in it for the investors. Let's look at each of these elements briefly. So number one, what is the problem you are solving with your business? Investors want to invest their money in solving real problems for real people. So make sure to demonstrate who are the customers, what are their pain points, how exactly they are struggling with resolving this problem. Use market data and also relatable personal stories to demonstrate the size and the urgency of the problem. Here, it is a good idea to use a bit of storytelling, especially sharing personal stories. Maybe you have a personal reason why this problem matters to you. Maybe you personally struggle with this problem, or you know people who struggle with this problem directly. So share these stories to create relatedness among your audience. If they can relate to the pain of your customer, they are more likely to support solving the problem. Make sure also to include client testimonials if you have any and combine it with market data. There are always people who are more interested in data and there are people who are interested in stories. At the end of the day, most of us remember stories, but are less likely to remember numbers. So try to add that relatable story into your pitch. The next thing to focus on is the how. How will you ensure the success of your business? Here it's important to focus on the solution. Briefly explain to your audience how your solution solves the problem. If it's a tool or technology, provide a quick, brief overview of how your tool works. There is no need to go in greater depth explaining your tool, because you might lose some of your audience members if you do so. Stick to a big picture view of what is the tool and how it works. Here also focus on the finances. What is the business model? How will you make sure you make money with your tool? Also, mention any traction you have achieved so far. Have you already started making money? In that case, showcase the revenue growth. If not, what is your plan for acquiring customers? Maybe you already have a pipeline that you've built and tested. Share that with your audience. Also, if you have worked on your product for quite a bit, demonstrate how your product has developed over the period of the time that you are working on it. Lastly, and I would say the most importantly, what is the team behind the idea? Showcase that you have the right team in place to execute on the idea. This is very important because, as people say, ideas are cheap. There are not lack of ideas. There are enough ideas. But what usually lacks is the people who are willing to and able to execute on this. So showcase and demonstrate how key members of your team add into and contribute to making this idea happen. What kind of expertise and experiences they bring to the table that make this solution possible. The third component is the why. Why are you solving this problem and why your solution is better than the competition? Start off by sharing briefly what motivates you to solve this problem. It might be a personal reason because you struggled with this problem on your own. Or maybe you have noticed a market opportunity because the needs of a large group aren't being met. Here also emphasize how your solution and product stands out from the competition. What is your unique value proposition? Why it will be difficult for existing but also new competitors to replicate your solution. Focus also on your client stories. Why are people willing to pay for your product and why do they prefer your product over the competition? It is a good idea here to mention if you have any proprietary technology or intellectual property or maybe key and strategic partnerships that give you a competitive edge. And lastly, and most importantly, what's in it for investors? Why they should invest in your company. Here, demonstrate market opportunity by making a thorough market research to demonstrate your understanding of the market, key trends taking place, the customer segments, their behavior, and any changes that are currently taking place in the market. Here also showcase a sizable and growing market for your solution. Investors want to make sure, is there a need and will there be a need for your solution? And ideally, this need should be growing over time. So indicate any projections for potential growth in the market and how this can benefit your business as well as investors who invest in it. That's it from me. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need my help with putting together your startup pitch and perfecting your delivery. 3 to 5 minutes is a very short time for anyone to sell their business idea. But with proper support and consistent practice, I am sure you can nail it. Till next time.